We're back, and we've been talking about lending and, geez, full doc loans to no doc loans, or low doc loans, sorry, low doc loans. I'm just going, what do you mean no doc?
That'd be good.
That'd be fantastic. Just sign your name here and whatever you want. And lending for self-managed super funds as well. It really does seem, for me, it's quite an exciting time for the small business owner now. There's a lot more, if they're using someone like yourself, there seems to be a lot more freedom, a lot more flexibility, and a lot more opportunity to expand and achieve your dreams by this methodology, which perhaps in the old days when we just had to go see the bank manager. And
I'm really glad you've picked up on, you've developed an enthusiasm for finance, Michael, which I really,
Well, it makes you money.
Yeah.
It's like, I've often heard people say, borrowing money will make you money. And you kind of go, how? I have to put my best suit on to go see the bank manager, and he's got my house, my next born child, he's got everything. But this isn't the case anymore.
Lending has evolved into a very, very every day, every week, every month is getting much more complex than it ever used to be. It's not simply putting on your suit and going in to see the bank manager anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, the generations that are behind us, they'll go, what is a bank manager? See, it's only because of our age.
I'm just thinking, my kids would go, what? What do you do?
Your old fuddy days, what are you talking about? Are you talking about bank managers? Who are they? No.
Yeah.
So it's a much more complex and dynamic environment, and assistance in moving through this complexity can be very much to your benefit.
One benefit that I have picked up just from our conversation, I think, and we're talking about different loans, so we're talking about lending, and we had a conversation once, and you were saying that we pay so much attention to the hourly rate we're paying someone, and we skimp a little bit there, or don't pay that overtime this weekend because we'll save some money. And here's the loan sitting at 0.5% or 1% more than what it actually needs to be, and thousands are walking out the door, and we're not even looking at it because we haven't got someone like yourself who go, look, let me work on that part of your business for you.
Active debt management, active portfolio management of your debt is, it's money for jam, frankly, because it's saving money, and that debt has been used for an investment which will return money.
Yes.
But you've also got to be careful that the cost going in behind that is being managed.
You think this, and we had a bit of a joke about the bank managers then, but a freelance banker like yourself comes in, we basically go, we used to getting a business coach, we used to getting a mentor, but now we've got people like yourself who are going, okay, they're working.
The debt coach.
Yeah. They're coming in and going, I will work on this part of your business and actively manage that for you, and the growth and the savings. I mean, my old grandma used to say, a penny saved is a penny saved. It comes straight. If you can cut down a little bit of repayment, that goes straight onto your profit line.
Yeah.
And as you said, there's thousands going. Is that where freelance bankers like yourself are really starting to hone in now? You're going, we can really work on this part of your business with you?
There's definitely some finance brokers out there with a flair to understanding small businesses and how the hundreds of products which I always talk about can be tailored in and used to benefit your business.
Because I guess a lot of us have got used to the home loans, haven't we? We've got used to the home lenders, and every year they want to do a review with you, and look, rates have gone down, or this is done, or they're offering a better, and they'll move you, and we get used to that. We go, I'm saving 0.5% on my house mortgage. But now it's becoming more active and more prevalent because of, you said, hundreds of products out there that you know about. I don't have a clue.
Well, just in that last segment, we spoke about self-managed super funds and turning an operational expense into a retirement nesting, into building your own wealth. So it's kind of thinking a bit laterally. It's thinking outside the square a little bit about what's going on and understanding. I've got a product actually that can do this or that for this operating expense or that.
Yeah.
For instance, buying your fuel getting a business credit card and then just accumulating the points on that. You know, there's many ways that we can leverage up and eke out savings through so many different finance products.
I do like the idea of getting your own property, because many small business owners, they're in somebody else's property, and look, that person's got their self-managed super fund, that property's in there, and you're actually tipping into their bucket of wealth, which is fair enough, you know, that's what they've done it for.
Absolutely.
But by working with someone like yourself, I think, as you said, active and developing a strategy where you can say, hold on, you can actually convert this so you can own it, and now you're paying yourself the money.
I think that, you know, I only see myself as a spoke in the wheel. You know, the clients are going to have their accountants giving them advice, and it's really valuable, and their financial planners giving them advice, which is really valuable, and their friends, which are giving them advice, which or their wife, or their husband, and no. So we're just a spoke in the wheel that it can help, you know, liberate opportunity, latent opportunity, which might be within anyone's debt portfolio.
So how do you work? So someone hasn't been to you before and they give you a call. What actually happens? What's it like to come to a finance or freelance banker like yourself for that very first time when they're going, oh, I don't know, my stuff's in a mess, and what will you say?
Well, hopefully we're not. Look, it's not an intimidating process, and it's terribly informal, and you know, it's joking and explicatives and whatever. You know, it's pretty low key,
right?
And because it's just a general conversation, and then we just chat things through, and you know, I'll get a feel for what they've been doing, what they've. Just get to know the client and understand what it is that they have been doing, what it is where they want to go and what they want to achieve.
Yes.
And then we'll talk about the specific problem, or transaction which they want finance for, or a problem that they somehow want solved. It might be that, you know, they haven't been paid by one of their customers, and so there's a cash flow crisis, or potentially looming, or if not with them. And then from that there'll be a list of items that we'll need to investigate the problem and put around building a proposal to then go and see the finance. I've probably put more words to it and made it sound more complex than it really is, but it really is just a conversation, and it's a really easy one to have. Yeah. It's not intimidating, and you know, it's completely non-obligational and free. So
one thing I do like in talking with yourself is this strategy that you build in. You're always going, okay, where are we going? Where is it you want to go? And then, okay, this is where you are now. Let's sort out whatever needs sorting out here, but then let's build a strategy to actually get you where you want to go. Like you're saying, turning operational expenses tipping into your retirement bucket, you know, building your retirement wealth.
It's honestly, it's just as simple as it's just a map. Yeah. You know, there's plenty of ways that you can get to somewhere, but if you have the goal in mind, it's much easier.
And I think it's much easier. Yeah, and I think it's much easier when you've got someone who's objective, like yourself, to looking from the outside in. Because sometimes we get buried in our own emotions, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Objectivity is very difficult to find when it's our own problems. Yeah.
Sometimes we think it's worse than what it is, or it's harder than what it is.
Yeah, because we're inevitably, we're not, and the reason we're feeling like that is that we don't know what the solution is. And so there's this fear just because we don't know. Yeah. But we can very much alleviate that. So take the fear away and objectively arrive at a number of alternative solutions. And help all the time. It's verbalizing issues and problems and or reiterating goals really helps us focus on what it is that we want to do.
Yeah. Wow. So if you're a small business owner and you want that map and you want to focus on what it is you want to do and get the solutions, you need to talk to Andrew. And Andrew, what's the best way of them contacting you?
The best way is probably to call me, and that's 042 775 735, or you can email me. And my details are probably on the bottom of many places.
Yes, including this video. We'll pop it on there.
Video,
yeah, and fantastic. Once again, thank you so much for coming. It's been a real pleasure. Been a bit of an eye-opener. What a bit of a journey on lending. It's getting quite a passionate subject now.
I'm pleased. Well, I live it and breathe it. It's great. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Once again, thanks, Andrew. Thanks for joining us,
Michael.
and we'll see you next time.